Yeah, that's the only, like, yeah, any meeting, just making a, should put the council on with the whole. We have the finance committee of the whole for the budget, you're just recommending different parts of that budget.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the explanation.
problem.
I'm reading through Angie's notes and it says that of the whole, and so that's what. it
Yeah,
says.
so like, so if we can have mini meetings and then we
Right,
and,
the difference in recommendation part of versus both.
no. So a committee, so if we wanted to have a tax abatement committee of the whole, we could have, but it's still within the recommendation. Only a full regular.
I'd like to call this council meeting to order for this July 14th, 2026. Melody, would you read proposed resolution 26-R-2321 by title, please?
Proposed resolution.
Oh, sorry. Got ahead of myself. Let's do a roll call.
Oh, okay. Councilman Holtz.
Present.
Councilman Curry.
Here.
Councilwoman King. Here. Councilman Mishler.
Present.
Councilman Fish. Councilwoman Hines. Councilman Crabtree. Councilman Hinkie. President Dawson.
Present. I'll take that under consideration. Would you read this proposed resolution 26-R-21 by title, please?
Proposed resolution 26-R-21, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, amending Resolution R-40-24-A to extend the expiration date of the Economic Revitalization Area granted to Third Coast Commodities, LLC, Evergreen Grease Enterprises, LLC.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution? Motion by Mr. Hinkie, second by Mr. Mishler. Drew.
Good evening, Council. Drew Wines, Economic Development. So Third Coast Commodities supplies physical derivative commodities servicing hundreds of companies throughout the U.S. They're located on West Lusher Avenue. In 2024, Council approved a 7-year real and 5-year personal property tax phase-in. Third Coast estimated $2 million investment in real estate improvements.
Drew, 1 minute. Mike, would you shut that door for us, please? Thank you. I'm sorry, go ahead, Drew.
And $1.5 million in personal property investments. Also 50 new jobs with an average annual salary of $58,240. Their ERA expires at the end of this year, and there are difficulties securing local contractors for water and sewer. And because of that, they have not started their project. They have not been assessed, so they did not need to turn in a CF1. And so we are presenting an ERA extension resolution that will extend their ERA to the end of 2028. And there are representatives from the company in the audience tonight that can speak more about their project and their business.
Thank you. Council discussion. Mr. Hinkie.
Can we go back for me, just to make it very clear, why would we extend? What happened that the goals were not reached?
I will defer to our company representative to speak to that.
Hold on, Mr. Huber.
So Councilman Hankey, this is Mike Huber, Development Services Director, City of Elkhart. Councilman Hankey, the project hasn't been started. So we're extending the ERA to give them additional time to complete the project. And he can speak to the extent of the issues related to why the project hasn't been started, but we're just giving more time to start the project. There's no benefits, there's no extension, it's just we're extending the ERA.
But why wouldn't we just cut this abatement and reissue a new abatement application
I don't know that we would,
as opposed to extension?
I think, we could take that approach. I think the easier approach is, let's just extend this one and go through.
I worry about precedent setting because normally if you don't reach it, you didn't reach your goals, it's very measurable.
Well, there are no goals that were not met or met. It was just the project hasn't been started yet. There hasn't been any investment.
Well, I disagree though, Mike, because there is a deadline, end of this year, and there's no way to meet that deadline. So therefore, this abatement cannot be considered positive.
Okay.
Therefore, within the rules of state, extension was never one of those things you just automatically go back to. You would cut this abatement because it didn't meet the requirements, and let them initiate a new one unless the project has since begun and there's no way for them to ramp up fast enough.
We can let them address the timeline of the project.
I would like to quickly note, we do have precedent of Bennington. Their North project received an ERA extension in 2024.
Bad precedent.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Yes. My name is Paul Dickerson. I'm the owner and CEO of Third Coast Commodities and Evergreen Grease. And what questions can I answer?
If I may.
Let's go back to Mr. Hinkie. Mr. Hinkie, what was your question?
Yeah, so when you initiated the abatement, there was a plan, there was a timeline, and all of those things in place by Indiana state law. What happened that there has been a delay or no initiation, no follow-through with that plan?
I wouldn't say no follow-through. It's been a difficult process to get the water and sewer project done. So right now, the water and sewer stops west of our property by roughly 500 yards. When we first did the plan using the engineers the city recommended, we thought this was going to be a little easier, a little cheaper. It literally came in at almost 8x the original budget that was set up by the engineers, which was quite a shock to us. So we went back to market looking for other engineers to help us get this project done. That included getting a easement from our neighbor to try to not go through the city streets, to tear up the city streets, to go through their property. That took almost a year of negotiations just to get the easement from the neighbor to bring the water and sewer from their property through our property so we can get city water and sewer on our property. Without city water and sewer, I can't do a lot with the business. I can't flush toilets, I can't wash hands, I can't clean things. That's kind of the holdup right now for the project.
Understood. When you started this, the water and sewer issues were not recognized, or were they recognized and thought to be maybe an easier process than they really were?
More the latter, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
very good. That's all I needed. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Mishler.
Thank you. To my understanding, it's been difficulty finding contractors specifically for the water and sewer portion. Do I have that am I understanding that correctly?
That came in line with the original estimates. The original estimates were somewhere in the $250,000 to $500,000 range. The earliest estimates we got from other third-party contractors were $1.5 to $4 million.
Okay. Okay, so finding contractors that you can that kind of fit the budget.
The scope of the budget for the
Yeah.
totality of the project. The totality of the project is somewhere between $7 and $15 million. We'll be investing in this property over the next 10 years. This is the next 5 to 7 years of my personal life. It's everything, but it starts with infrastructure, water, sewer. Some things we've been able to do without water, sewer. We got the rail upgrade done this year for Norfolk Southern. So we have 500 feet of new service line on the property for Norfolk Southern. The office upgrades are almost done. The bathrooms are not done because there's no water, sewer. But we're moving along with what we can. But everything else, the plant move from Adrian to Elkhart has been tied up because we don't have water and sewer.
My question is, I know the city is currently conducting an expansive CSO project, an expansive combined sewer. We're using a lot of contractors to do that work, I should say. Are some of those contractors that you would have utilized to accomplish this project and they're no longer available because they're busy with city stuff?
We've heard some of that. We've also heard it's due to some of these data centers being built over in New Carlisle, Indiana. They're extensive projects, and they were literally bidding any price to get the project done, sucking up whatever labor they could.
Okay.
We were told by a couple contractors they had no labor at any cost.
Wow, thank you.
Questions? Any other questions? Mr. Hinkie.
Well, this is a bit rare in that I know a couple of council members always say, it's out of their control, this is allowable. And this is one where it actually is probably true in my opinion. Simply one vote. However, the reason we probably should extend is because they already have some cost associated with abatable. And so the project has begun and they don't want to lose what they've already put into. What would you say is the amount of money you have towards the project year to date or project to date?
I should have brought my CFO, I apologize, and should have had that number ready for you. Off the back of my napkin right now, probably about $200,000 to $250,000 in the offices. The tank farm is close to $1 million. The rail upgrades were about $150,000, and that's not including the labor we had on staff for the last 2 years.
Okay. So it does make a lot more sense to do the extension in that regards because they do have inherent abatable cost. So there's that. The second part of it is I don't pretend to know a lot about the water supply and all of those things. It does take time. I'm assuming that staff knows that stuff and would agree because they made the recommendation. So in this particular case, I can understand why that extension could be granted.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Driven by here and wondered what was going on. So thank you for keeping us up to date, and I'm looking forward for it to open. All I remember is Greece.
Yes.
Greece coming in on the,
And with the bad things going on right now in the Middle East, the bad news is it's bad for everyone at the pump. It's good for us. It's a tailwind for commodity prices. That gives us the extra cash to help fund this project.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you very much. I'd like to open it up to the public. Thank you, sir. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak? Seeing none, we turn it back to the council. Could I get a proper motion and second regarding the resolution?
And we are in committee?
Nope, this is regular.
Regular.
Regular, okay. I would make a recommendation that we accept 26R21 and find a reason to extend their ERA to 2028 as suggested by staff.
Got a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hinkie, second by Mr. Holtz.
Point of order.
Yes, sir.
I just want to specify December 31st, 2028.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
So I agree with Councilman Mishler, and I should restate, as he stated, to the end of the year, December 31, 28.
28, okay. We have a Scribner's error corrected by Mr. Hinkie.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mishler. All those in favor signify by saying, well, I guess we have to do a roll call, everybody. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Would you read this resolution and do a roll call vote?
Proposed Resolution 26R-21, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, amending Resolution R-41-24-A to extend the expiration date of the Economic Revitalization Area granted to Third Coast Commodities, LLC, Evergreen Grease Enterprises, LLC. Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilman Hines. I'm sorry, Councilman Hinkie.
Aye.
President Dawson.
Aye.
6-0.
Thank you. Would you read proposed resolution 26-R-15 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 26-R-15, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether American Technology Components Incorporated, ATC, 1127 Miles Avenue, LLC, are in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefit Forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under Resolutions R-5221, R-5521, and R-5621.
Thank you. Can I get a motion? I guess we did that. Motion is second. Second. Mr. Second by Mr. Curry. Council discussion. Mr. You want to hear this first?
Yeah, Drew, it's really about the jobs.
Thank you, Council. Thank you, Councilman Hickey. That is correct. The ATC completed the capital investment portion of the project. It's just been the non-compliant job numbers the past couple of years.
Okay.
If I,
Mr. Mishler.
thank you. When we spoke about this previously, and ATC was present, they stated that the current jobs market and situation, they did not foresee hitting that jobs target. They had 177 jobs when the SB1 was submitted. They are currently at around 152, so they have actually lost jobs since then. For the past couple of years, they've talked to us about onshoring some jobs from China and things like that. We kind of gave them a blessing to try to do that last year. But the same thing again this year, and they have indicated that they don't foresee necessarily getting those jobs done. So it was my consideration that we not necessarily claw anything back, but we just end the abatement where it is. If they don't foresee being able to hit those jobs next year or the year after, why don't we just end it where it is?
Thank you. Mr. Hinkie.
Agreed. From the committee, they're actually down, if you would consider the new jobs projected, they're down 93 from what should have happened. That's fairly significant. Not only did they lose jobs in their retained positions, but they have zero for the new jobs in general. I would also point out this is the second year for the same issue, while other companies have not had issues with retention nor gaining new people. So that's where I would be. I would also follow Mr. Mishler's line on this.
Thank you. Mr. Huber. I'm sorry. Mr. Curry.
Yeah, I would like to say that during the committee meeting, they did state that the industry was down 8% this year, and it was also down last year, 11%. I don't know much about that industry, so maybe that's a factor too.
I'm sorry, was this a company that had one product line?
No.
Wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
No, in fact, they actually built a new corporate headquarters. I just wanted to make a few comments about process and procedure at this point, as I heard conversation about termination of abatements and those kinds of things. I just want to remind the council tonight that the recommendations came out of the committee. The intent this evening is either find compliance or non-compliance. If there's a finding of non-compliance, then they are referred to a statutory non-compliance hearing, which would be scheduled for July 27th. At that time, the council can make a decision on whether or not to find compliance, find non-compliance, and allow the abatement to continue or more progress to happen, or make a decision on terminating abatements. So just from a perspective of procedure and process, I think all we're asking for tonight is the resolution finding compliance or non-compliance.
Okay, so then I'd like to entertain thank you, Mike.
Yep.
I'd like to entertain a motion.
The public first.
After we get a motion, yes, for non-compliance.
I make a motion, Mr. President, to find 26R15 non-compliant with the benefits of jobs retained and new jobs.
A motion by Mr. Hinkie,
Second.
second by Mr. Mishler. Any other council discussion? Seeing none, I'll open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak? Seeing none, returning back to the council floor. Mr. Hinkie.
And I think, Mr. Huber, from the committee, we was letting the rest of the council know what did transpire, a little bit of history, and then our best effort to sell our position.
Thank you. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilman Hinkie. President Dawson.
Aye.
6-0.
Okay, would you read proposed resolution 26-R-16 by title?
Proposed resolution 26R-16, resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart determining whether Marine Realty LLC, DBA Bennington South is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits, Real Property, CF-1, Form CF-1RP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R4422, R4822, R4922.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution?
Second.
Second by, motion by Mr. Hinkie, second by Mr. Mishler. Council discussion. Mr. Wise.
Thank you, Council. So Bennington Marine, their SAL project, they complete similar to ATC, complete the real estate portion. I was over $3 million in real estate investment, but they are under on jobs. They have made progress since, the previous couple of years. They, I believe they are at 73% compliance. So they have made progress, but the committee did make a recommendation that they are not in compliance.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to that, council discussion? Yes.
And this is kind of the contrary. Here are a number of jobs that were built in here. In fact, they've exceeded the retained jobs to 118%. Not sure how you do that, but that's what they did. And then new jobs were suggested to be or predicted to be 100. They had 103.
Councilman Hinkie, which page do you want?
Yeah, that's
R16.
Oh, crud, that's the Concord project.
Okay.
Bennington. All right, thank God for that, because I was
Yes.
going to say.
So can I get a motion to find them in non-compliance so they can then be moved to the meeting next week to bring their case. Is that correct, Drew?
That's correct, Councilman Dawson. We are thinking of July 27th, adding these resolutions to that agenda was what we were thinking.
Thank you.
Then I make a motion to find 26R16 non-compliant with a statement of retained jobs and new jobs.
Thank you. It's a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mishler. More council discussion. Seeing none, open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak? Seeing none, turn to the council. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilman Hinkie.
Aye.
President Dawson.
Aye.
6-0.
Thank you. Would you read proposed resolution 26-R-17 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 26-R-17, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Concord LLC is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits, Real Property, CF-1, Form CF-1RP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R3323, R3423, and R3523.
Can I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Curry, second by Mr. Hinkie. Council discussion. Drew.
Thank you, Council. So Concord Mall invested $20 million so far in the mall redevelopment. Their ERA ends at the end of 2026. They have plans to they're 80% compliant on their SP1. They estimated $25 million, and they plan to to reach that amount and be compliant. They also are compliant in new jobs and retained jobs and wages.
Thank you. Council discussion. Mr. Mishler.
When they spoke, didn't they say that this year they're already at like 23 to 23.5 million already?
I believe that's what I heard Jeff Martin, the company representative. I believe that's what I heard Jeff say.
Okay, so gotcha. Appreciate it.
Mr. Hinkie.
And their drop dead date, their ERA date is,
End of this year.
so, well, we'll be reporting back next year then. So they do have that period of time. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Curry.
Yeah, and they did say that they will meet their goals before the end of the year, so I think they are in compliance.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. Any other council discussion? Seeing none, open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? Seeing none, return back to the council floor. Any other council discussion? Mr. Hinkie?
Mr. President, I make a motion and recommend that we do find 26R17 in compliance with the Statement of Benefits.
Is there a motion?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mishler. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilman Hinkie.
Aye.
President Dawson.
Aye.
6-0.
Thank you. Would you read proposed resolution 26-R-18 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 26-R-18, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Consolidated Metals Incorporated, Westwood Manor Incorporated are in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefit forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R50-24, R51-24, and R52-24.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution?
adopt.
Got a motion from Mr. Mishler. So
Aye.
second.
Second.
Second from Mr. Hinkie. Drew.
Thank you, Council. So Consolidated Metals, similar to Concord Mall, they plan on making the rest of their personal property investment. That's what they were under. Also for new jobs hired, they plan to make those investments. Their ERA expires at the end of 2027. So they have some additional time, and their CEO stated that the company plans to make those investments.
Thank you. Questions? Thank you, Drew. Seeing none, open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? Seeing none, return it back to the council floor. Mr. Hinkie.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we find 26R18 in substantial compliance with the Statement of Benefits.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Hinkie, second by Mr. Mishler. Any other council discussion? Open up to the public. Anyone in the public? No one in the public. Melody, would you do a roll call, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilman King.
Yes.
Councilwoman King. Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilman Hinkie.
Aye.
President Dawson.
Aye.
6-0. We're jumping to 33 now.
Thank you. Would you read proposed resolution 26-R-19 by title, please?
We're jumping to 33. We're out of order. We're jumping out of the order per the agenda.
I'm sorry.
Which is the,
Furion.
Okay. Which number is that?
R33.
All right.
It's the
R33.
one that I gave you a copy of.
okay.
Would you read that by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 26R33, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether to waive the failure of Furion LLC to timely file an annual statement of compliance with Statement of Benefits Form CF-1 RP, and whether Furion LLC is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits and Commitment and Payment Agreement approved by the Elkhart County Council.
Thank you. Can I get a motion in a second to adopt that resolution?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Hickey, second by Mr. Mishler. Drew.
Thank you, Council. So following the May 15th CF1 submission deadline, we received an update from the EDC stating they received a CF1 from Furion. Furion is a subsidiary of Lippert and were acquired in 2021. In 2015, the County Council approved a 10-year real property tax phase-in to construct a new headquarters for Furion, which is now a headquarters for Lippert. This location was recently annexed into the city, and they did not submit a CF1 to city offices or the county auditor. Since a CF1 was received by the EDC and has since been forwarded to our office and the auditor's office, we are presenting a waiver of noncompliance for the late submission, which would give council the opportunity to approve their CF1. Initially, we would need to find them non-compliant, or council would need to find them non-compliant, and then at the later meeting on the 27th, we'd invite the company, and they would have the opportunity to present to council, and council would have the opportunity to entertain the waiver. So just a little more information about their project, but this is the second to last year of their phase-in. They're also 80% compliant with their real property improvements. They invested $3.2 million out of a $4 million estimate. And we want to highlight that it's a corporate headquarters in Elkhart East, and they have 29 new jobs with an average annual wage of $358,000. It's our understanding they've consistently been ruled in compliance by the Elkhart County Council, and we, on the 27th, there'll be a company representative here along with other company representatives, and they will speak about their project.
Mr. Mishler. You have a motion?
$358,000 per
No,
job?
no, no. I was thinking the same thing.
Do we know if that's, is that salary or bonuses included? Do we know anything about?
It's my understanding that's salary, and it's a number of C-suite executives for Lippert and Furion, I believe. I recently toured the facility, and that's what's taking place there.
Okay, thank you.
No, they're not going to hire you, David. They're not going to hire you. Mr. Hickey.
I mean, do they have a food truck on site? Hey, so Drew, let me make sure. You went through a lot of information, but they were granted an abatement through the county. And then there was a delay in paperwork because Lippert purchased them outright.
The acquisition took place in 2021.
21. Okay, and then when did the city annex?
Within the last 12 months. It's relatively recently.
So it's catching up with itself. And then because it was Furion, are they keeping that company name?
That they are owned by Lippert, but I believe in that is certain that building is one of Lippert's headquarters, and by Furion is still a company that they very very similar to Lippert, and they utilize that name, but that building is a Lippert building.
I just wanted to see what we needed to do with our records, even though we're monitoring the project based on property, partial number, right? Okay, and then they have, what is their ERA date?
They, this was approved in 2015. So they're, yes, yeah, they have a 10-year abatement. We believe that the length of the abatement was likely large corporate headquarters in Elkhart East, and those additional benefits were the reason for the lengthy abatement. And we certainly acknowledge that that's an asset, having that headquarters in Elkhart East and the very high paying jobs as well.
So can I get a motion to, coming back on the 27th?
Yeah. So we go ahead. Sorry.
We need to find non-compliant.
Find them non-compliant? Yes, I need a motion to find them.
I make a motion to recommend that we find 26R33 non-compliant with real improvements as stated.
Got a motion from Mr. Hinkie, second from Mr. Mishler.
Second.
Council discussion, seeing none, open up to the public. Any public discussion, seeing none. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilman Hinkie.
Aye.
President Dawson.
Aye.
6-0.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Drew.
Now we're at proposed resolution 26-RS19.
Yes.
Would you read that by title, please?
Proposed resolution 26-R-19, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether GDC LLC LAM Corporation is in substantial compliance with its statement of benefits forms and memorandum of agreement approved under Elkhart County Resolution Number CC-2024-24 and CC-2024-28.
Thank you. Can I have a motion and a resolution a motion and a second to adopt this resolution? Mr. Hinkie moves, Mr. Mishler seconds. Drew?
Thank you, Council. So GDC was also recently annexed into the city. They're also in the Elkhart East area, and so they were under on a personal property investment. They completed their jobs investment and their real property investment. They're under for personal, and their ERA ended at the county level at the end of 2025. They were approved in 2024. It's a very short window. And conversations with the company, they stated they're very capable of completing that investment. And so we proposed a ERA extension, giving them until the end of 2027 to complete their personal property investment. And that would just be for personal, not real.
Thank you. Discussion.
Let me,
Mr. Hinkie?
so when we came, we have 94.5% in real property, but we have 59.6%, right? In manufacturing equipment?
That is correct.
And their ERA is when?
Their ERA ended at the county, in their agreement with Elkhart County, their ERA ended December 31st, 2025. But they were approved in I believe the fall of 2024. And so since it was such a short window, and they've completed their real estate investments, and in conversation with the company intend to make their personal property investments, that's why we are proposing the ERA extension to 2027, giving them that additional time.
And I don't recall the committee meeting as far as how much up-to-date, current-to-date they had and how much they would have to go. Could they not meet their 90% threshold in 26?
I remember the company representative stated that was a possibility, and in subsequent conversations with them and in previous, previous conversations prior to or following CF1 submission, they thought that 2027 that would be just a more comfortable date, and they could make 2026, but they're very, very confident they can make 2027.
But the fact that they were annexed into the city really has no bearing on their delay. The process didn't hold them up, right? They still have a business to run, right?
I understand. I think that We have typically allowed more time for our ERAs than I certainly can't speak to with this specific Elkhart County abatement. They have, it seemed like a pretty shortened window.
But at some point, the company agreed to that abatement within that time period, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Thank you, Drew. Open up to the public. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we turn it back. Could I get a proper motion on this resolution? Can I get a proper motion on this resolution?
So to be clear, we're asking for an ERA extension to the end of 2027.
Thank you, Councilman Mitchell. That's correct.
I guess, sorry.
Let's get a motion first, and then we'll have.
Well, that's what determines the motion.
Now, if we don't get a motion, then they'll be here till the 27th.
I'm good with that.
I don't know how everybody.
Well, I'd like to make that motion that we do give them an extension to the end of 2027.
All right, I got a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second. Discussion on the motion. Mr. Hinkie.
I have yet to hear why they didn't meet the deadline they had agreed to with the county. And us giving an extension is not a good precedence when there was not, like the other company had a water sewer issue, there was something outside their capability to resolve within a period of time. This company doesn't have something like that. We didn't hear something like that. They're asking for an extension to keep ramping. And again, as a business format, they are to project knowing their business. If they don't, then these things happen. If it was a supply line like Vixen and a piece of equipment coming from overseas, which has a delay, obviously based on tariff, we get that. This didn't have anything like that. And so I'm not interested in giving an extension. I would like to have them come back and give their presentation, their best shot on the 27th.
Mr. Mishler.
If they did not get the extension today and they were found in non-compliance and they came back on the 27th, could we then do an ERA extension at that point?
Sure.
That is correct.
It seems, I don't have.
Okay. Is there any other council discussion?
Yeah, I
Mr.
just want
Holmes.
to lay out my thinking. I feel constrained sometimes by the numbers. You know, I'm a math teacher, so it might sound strange. When companies exceed what they said they're going to exceed, as this company has with its jobs created at 305%, you know, we treat 305% the same as 100%, and I just don't think it is. And that's why we go through this process. There's got to be a human element instead of just the cold, hard numbers. And I do understand cold, hard numbers, and it's tough for me sometimes. Other companies may exceed their multi-million-dollar investment by multi-million dollars, you know, and I think it's important for us to look at it case by case and make sure the effort has been there. But we also have to hold the line. Again, as a teacher, you know, you have to have a discipline plan. And when you deviate from that discipline plan, it can lead to disorder. So trying to balance all that is difficult. My thinking for the second on this motion was because of the 305% as far as the jobs that they had committed to creating. And again, I just thought it was important to put that out there. And I am interested in the discussion, so I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Holtz. Mr. Hinkie.
I appreciate that, Mr. Holtz. I know Mike has spoken to as well, the weighted program, whereas real improvements as a heavier weight because it's substantial, it can't be moved off property as equipment can be. But clearly, employment is a temporary thing. That can shift overnight pretty rapidly. We have another company that, you know, was minimized themselves because they're only in one product line. Well, that's not our fault. You need to know your business. And I think the same thing here. We expect for those companies, even that go to 300%, You penalized yourself, nothing we did. I can't give you a higher number because you exceeded. You were to know that projection going in. And so they didn't get full credit for all the investment they made. However, I think halfway in the project, they could have potentially split into a new abatement for the other half of whatever. There are ways to get this accomplished. But us as a body, our job is to manage the raw numbers.
Thank you. Melody, thank you, Drew. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please, on this resolution?
And could you restate the motion, please?
Please restate the motion.
The motion is to extend their ERA until December 31st, 2027.
Thank you.
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
No. No, I'm sorry.
Councilman Hinkie.
I didn't hear my name. No.
President Dawson.
Aye.
We do not have enough votes.
Pardon?
1, 2, 3,
4 to 2.
4.
4-2, motion fails.
Yes.
Correct. Okay, so they will be here. Do we need to make a motion to find them in non-compliance now so they can show up on Tuesday? I'll
Yes.
entertain that
Thank
motion
you.
right now.
I'm rebuilding my book. So
All right, can I get a motion to that effect, please?
Yes, I will make a motion to recommend that proposed resolution number
19.
19.
19,
26R19.
26-R-19, be found not in compliance with the statement of benefits for personal property.
Second.